I tell you what, that was a lot of fun to win a conference game, to make it 4 in a row at home, and to watch the defense. I don't know when the last time that the defense didn't give up a touchdown in a game here. Proud of the defensive coaches, proud of the execution and how hard those kids played. Bent a couple times, they didn't break even after the turnover. Where they're already in field goal range, they made them settle for a field goal. I know offensively had a 100-yard rusher. We still, offensively though, have got to figure out a way to get in more of a rhythm. We have a lot of talent over there. We're 5 games into the season. I thought Ian Gray stepped in, played pretty well for Devon Allen in his first. He didn't start, but he probably played 95% of the snaps. So proud of the way Ian got in there and fought. Our special teams I thought was really solid. I think Mario Hall really did some nice things. Just looks like such a natural, fluid athlete back there returning punts. Makes you a little nervous at times. Had some of those boos turned into yays at the end, but yeah, he just he looked natural, just so confident back there doing that. So we got to take this win and build on it. But proud to get out of here with a win and be 1-1 in conference.
Coach, it's one thing to recognize that you have an advantage against their offensive line. It's another thing to exploit it. I mean, can you expound on just the way you guys attacked them from start to finish and made life miserable for their quarterback?
Well, that was, my game. I tell you what, though, too, when we blitzed, we got there. I don't know how many hits and pressures we had yet today, but even when we weren't blitzing, if you see what they're doing with Solomon and running Prater in there, you have kind of a speed team that's twisting and going. We've been able to get really a lot better 4-man pressure, especially in this game. And that's good news where you don't have to just rely on the blitz to get a quarterback to throw the football. But that's Scott Solomon's just such a force for us.
How much does that bode well for what you guys may be able to do moving forward? Can you figure some things out in terms of that speed rush today?
Well, I think hopefully MKS we can really build on this one. I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't believe they rushed for 100 yards. I haven't seen. They handed them to me. I didn't have my glasses, so I couldn't quite make anything out. But I don't believe they rushed for 100 yards. And I think Tyler Smith, rushed for over 100. So I think, what it is when you're doing good, you work. When you're doing bad, you just got to keep working. We got to build on what we're doing. I think we're doing it. I think we got some nice personnel groupings out there today, even more so offensively. We played Sam with the slide a whole lot more today, and we'd get Tyler and Sam on the field, and Tyler and Turner. I think we did a lot better job of their game planning as coaches, getting those kids out there where they need to be.
What about Cameron Nwasu's play out there?
He's just, he and Justin Allen both are 2 guys that they've been told growing up that they're too little to play. They're probably told in junior high they were too little, and they told them again in high school they were too little. And they really play with a chip on their shoulder, and they're 2 very powerful people. And a year ago they were both kind of mavericks. This year, hitting people. This year they're really playing well in the scheme, and their production numbers are way up. But when Cam Nwasu, I don't know how many face masks T.J.'s already had to fix this year. He strikes such a blow. He bends his face mask. I don't know if we're on 3 or 4, but he can strike. He can deliver a blow.
Coach, back on your comment on the defense. If we check right, it may have been like since 1995 that you guys haven't.
Right, I think it's 16 years, I believe.
Yeah, 16 years since you haven't. For especially the last week. I mean, how much a unit like the defense need something like that just to build?
It's great for us, to build, to give you the shot of that confidence that you need. That if you play well, you play together, anything's possible. I thought just the entire secondary did well. Even in the long one at the end, that was where we were trying to get a young player in there, and for some reason he rolled the wrong way. But I thought overall, secondary was played, linebackers, defensive line. It was a nice swarming, to the football effort.
You were already without Gaines, but Frazier apparently was bothered by some stuff. That just a decision to keep him out? But you put him in there late.
He'd had a little hamstring, and he didn't practice much this week. and we thought at this time that probably gave us our best safety alignments.
How pivotal in your mind was Williams' interception return, considering how the offense was
Yeah,
riding?
that was unbelievable. I think when he did that, that's when the kid said, okay, we're going to do this. And I'm not sure, it was Porras that actually hit him,
Right.
that spit the ball up in the air. And I tell you, when Jared got it, he's fast for his size, and that was nice to see him start separating out of that pile.
That was the first thing that kind of popped in my mind. Over the years, you had talked about his speed, and that he was in the middle of a lot of people, then all of a sudden he was just
Separated.
Yeah.
That was good. That's a lot like Tyler Smith. There's times you're watching Tyler run that looks like nothing's there, and all of a sudden he comes sliding out the backside and picks up a key first down. Tyler Smith really played well for us today.